Check 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 3. Test 1 2. Mic check 1 2 3. Test 1 2. Mic check 1 2 3. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Test 1 2 3. Good afternoon, and welcome inside Nobby's Ballpark on the Case Western Reserve University campus. Is Case Western Reserve University riding a nice little hot streak coming into play today, 17-6 overall in the season. We'll get set to begin a 4-game series against conference rival Brandeis University. The Judges come into today's game with a 4-13 overall record. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm John Schwartz. A game that we thought maybe it would be played under some, light rain, possibly some cloudy skies, but the clouds are clearing away, the sun peeking out, and we are set to get going on time here at Case Western Reserve University to kick this series off. Should be a good couple games here for the Spartans, who look to keep things going after a really solid series at Emory. They sit in a tie for first place in the University Athletic Association with a 3-1 conference record. That ties them with Wash U, who they won't see until the end of the month, but certainly a good start to conference play for the Spartans, who will look to keep it going here today. Without further ado, as the Spartans in their huddle now, getting set to take the field momentarily, let's go ahead and get you the lineups for both teams, beginning with the batting order for the Brandeis University Judges. Again, 4-13 on the season coming into play today. Alex Kim, the designated hitter, set to lead things off. He'll be followed in the order by the left-handed hitting right fielder, Jake Freed. Then Brian King playing third and hitting third. And then Eddie Zahner, the left-handed first baseman, will bat cleanup. Justin Keeler catching and batting fifth. Dylan Walsh, the second baseman, hit sixth. Henry Aaronwald, the left fielder, in the seventh spot. Matt Chafin playing shortstop and batting eighth. And then Connor Crowley will round the lineup out. He will hit ninth and play center field. Defensively for the Spartans here in the first inning, it will be Dane Camphausen at first. Second baseman is Franco Alonso. The shortstop is Nate Arterburn, and the third baseman is James Powers. In the outfield, Logan Andraco will be in left field. Center fielder is Matt Trout, and the right fielder is Nick Harms. Doing the catching is Jack Anderson, and on the mound looking to keep a little streak of nice starts going here is Reese Marley, who will be making his 7th start of the season for the Spartans. Reese 3-2 on the year with a 4.80 ERA. Through 30 innings of work on the mound this season, he's allowed just 28 hits for a .239 opponent's batting average. He struck out 29. Where he has gotten into trouble at times this season is with the walks. He has walked 19 on the campaign. And again, when Reese is at his best, he's controlling those walks and keeping runners off the bases. And we'll see if he can do that here today against a Brandeis team that has struggled at the plate at times this season, hitting at just .210 on the year. And they will look to get their UAA season started. Again, Brandeis did not play in the UA. They had their bye week, I guess you could say, last week. So they are getting their first UA games of the season underway here. The last of the 5 teams currently in the UAA for baseball to start their conference campaign. And we are rolling here. Is stepping up to the plate to get things going is the designated hitter, Alex Kim. Kim making his 6th start of the season, playing in his 12th game overall. He's 6 for 22 on the year with a .273 average. He has 1 triple among his 6 hits, including 2 runs batted in. He struck out 8 times and walked twice. And will face Reese Marley, the senior out of Clearwater Beach, Florida, the lefty on the mound. Rocks and delivers the first pitch of the game, and we are underway with a ball inside to Kim. 1-0 the count. Marley coming off a nice start last week against Emory in the opening game of that series. Delivers another one just down low, and it's 2-0. But Marley has been a bit up and down this year and misses once again 3-0. Reese, who is coming off just a fantastic season last year, just hasn't been quite as sharp out there. Hoping to round into the form as the season goes on. Took a little bit off of that one and parks it in there to Kim for a strike, 3-1. Again, going to be one of those weekends where you want to challenge the Brandeis hitters if you're Case Western Reserve's pitching staff. Force a team that comes into the series hitting a .210 to swing the bats against you. That one's fouled away, and the count goes full 3-2. Marley last weekend in the win over Emory, 5 2/3 innings, gave up 4 runs on 6 hits with 2 walks and 4 strikeouts through 111 pitches exactly a week ago today. Marley now battling back in the count as it's full 3-2 on Kim. Here comes his payoff pitch. He rocks and delivers. And it's down and away, ball 4. So Kim draws the walk. And the leadoff man is on against Marley, and that will bring the right fielder, Jake Fried, to the plate. Fried, one of 3 left-handed hitters in the lineup today for Brandeis. He's batting at .274 on the year with 2 home runs and 8 runs batted in. The runner at first is Kim. He's attempted 1 steal and was unsuccessful this year on his only stolen base attempt. As that one swung on, hit back towards the middle. Alonso with it, steps on the bag for 1, throws to first in time for the double play. And that will be 2 quick outs for Marley on the 4-4-3 double play turned by Franco. Overdue Camphausen at first, and there are 2 gone in the inning. So that'll help things out here a bit for Marley, as on the first pitch, Fried grounds into the double play. There are 2 away now, and the base is empty for Brian King, the third baseman. And a changeup that he's well out in front of swings over the top of it, and it's 0-1. King hitting a .191 on the season. He's got 1 home run, 7 runs batted in for Brandeis. The 0-1 on the way. Fastball, a little down low, 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. And it's in the air, right field line. Long run over for Harms, and he'll run out of space as it lands on the other side of the low fence there down the right field line at Nobby's ballpark. And that brings the count to 1-2. So Marley, despite the leadoff walk, a chance for a quick first inning of work. His 1-2 pitch on the way. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Marley gets the strikeout, and it is indeed a very quick first inning for Reese, who faces the minimum in the first despite that leadoff walk. Help of a double play turned by Franco Alonso. And we will move into the bottom of the first, and we are scoreless here between the Judges and the Spartans. Let's go ahead and get things going with the Spartans lineup here for the first game of the 4-game series. Leading off for Case Western Reserve is Logan Andraco. He'll be followed by the catcher, Jack Anderson, and then the third baseman, James Powers, coming off a great week, will be hitting third. Nick Harms, the right fielder in the cleanup spot. Dane Camphausen, the first baseman, batting 5th. It'll be Franco Alonso, the second baseman, in the 6th spot. Zach Carinci, the designated hitter, bats 7th. Matt Trout playing center field and hitting 8th, and then Nate Arterburn rounds out the lineup. The shortstop will bat 9th. For Brandeis today, defensively, the first baseman is Eddie Zahner. Second baseman is Dylan Walsh. The shortstop is Matt Chafin, and the third baseman is Brian King. In the outfield, Henry Aaronwald in left. Center fielder is Connor Crowley, and the right fielder is Jake Fried. Doing the catching today is Justin Keeler, and on the mound is Mark Maestri. Maestri, the graduate student, familiar face. The Spartans have seen him certainly over the years. And we'll check out his history against Case Western Reserve here in just a little bit. But Maestri, on the year, 2-3 with a 5.23 ERA. He's been one of the top pitchers this year for the Judges. Maestri, through 6 appearances, including 5 starts, has thrown 32 2/3 innings. He's given up 36 hits during that stretch for a .275 opponent's average, but has not walked a lot of batters, and that's helped him out a ton. Just 6 walks issued in those 32 2/3 innings, and he has struck out 29 this season. So Maestri going to be a tough customer here for the Spartans today, as they will try to break through against him. Maestri last season made the start in the second game of the series, what was a 7-2 Case Western Reserve win, and pitched fairly well in that game. In 5 innings, he gave up 8 hits, 6 runs, but just 3 of them earned. He walked 2 and struck out 5, and again was one of the more effective Brandeis pitchers throughout that weekend. Again, it was a series last year that the Spartans just, and pardon me, that was actually 2 years ago when that happened, when he threw that. Last year, I should rephrase, but that start came, Maestri's last start here at Nobby's ballpark. Last season was that series where the Spartans went to Brandeis and outscored them. I believe it was 68, I believe, to 6 during the series or something along those lines. But it was all Spartans last year in this series. As Maestri starts off Logan Andreyko with a ball outside, 1-0. Spartans opened that series last year by setting a program record, outscoring Brandeis 27-2. Another one up high from Maestri, and it's 2-0 on Andreyko, who's batting at .323. His bat's cooled off a little bit, but he's still been effective at the top of that order for Case Western Reserve. An on-base percentage over .400 at .429 on the year. Exactly what you want to see from your leadoff hitter, and sure enough, Andreyko on a 2-0 pitch swinging, hits one into center field, and the Spartans have the leadoff man on. I would expect to see Case Western Reserve running early and often against the Brandeis team that, as a whole, has not shown that they can control the opponent's running game this year. And we'll see if Andreyko, who has not been a huge stolen base guy out of the leadoff spot, is running here. He has Jack Anderson at the plate, and Maestri, the lefty, delivers his first pitch, fouled off by Anderson, and it's 1-0. Anderson hitting at .379 on the season. He's got 3 home runs, 15 runs batted in. That one's down low for a ball. Count evens 1-1 on Anderson. And a called strike, and it's 1-2 on Jack. Jack having another excellent season for the Spartans. 9 doubles, 2 triples. He's driven in 15, scored a team-high 34. He's stolen 8 bases, and has served as the team's closer at times this year. That ball sent towards the hole at second base. Nicely gloved by the second baseman, who gets up and throws it. That ball took a bit of an awkward hop on Dylan Walsh, who slid just to stop it, but came up with it cleanly in his glove and is able to get the only play he could as he retires Anderson over at first base. Andreyko moves into scoring position now with 1 out in the inning for James Powers, who is coming off another really brilliant week his last time out against Emory. Maestri actually did not pitch last year against the Spartans as he delivers the first pitch to Powers, who fouls it off 0-1. Powers now leads the team with a .384 average. He also has a team-high 11 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run. He's driven in a team-leading 32 runs, and also leads all Spartan players with 11 stolen bases this year. And Powers checks his swing. They'll say he went around. The ball gets past the catcher, and did they say he fouled it? Let's see. They call it a strike, and they'll return the runner there. So they might have said that he either fouled it off or interfered. Either way, it'll be an 0-2 count on Powers, with Andreyko now back at second base. Maestri trying to get through the first inning here. The 0-2. And a swing and a miss at a breaking ball down and away for strike 3. Throw goes down to first and dug out by Zahner there for the out. As, boy, Keeler almost threw that one away. Instead, it does go as the second out of the inning, and now the Spartans in danger of leaving a runner stranded as Nick Harms comes to the plate. Harms hitting at .281. He had a nice weekend, drove in 9 runs last weekend against Emory, including a home run, his 4th of the season, program leading 24th of his career. And he'll take the curve from Maestri there for a called strike, 0-1. Spartans come into play today hitting .461 as a team against left-handed pitching this season. And that hit Harms. So Harms hit by the 0-1 pitch. It'll be first and second now for Dane Camphausen. And talking about big weeks last week, how about Dane Camphausen's week? He played in about 2.5 games. We'll get to the reason why here in a second. But Camphausen played in about 2.5 games total last week. He had 10 at-bats, going 6 for 10, drove in 13 runs, 2 doubles, 2 home runs against Emory. Named to the D3Baseball.com Team of the Week. His first pitch of the week is taken for a strike, and it's 0-1 on Camphausen, who's now batting at .345 on the year, tied for second on the team with 31 runs batted in, and leads all Spartans with 7 home runs this year. in the dirt for a ball, and it's 1-1. And a swing and a miss, and now the count goes to 1-2. It has been some kind of season so far for Dane Camphausen, the graduate transfer from the College of Worcester. He has heated up as of late. The last 2 weeks he has been just superb at the plate. Takes that one inside and brings the count even at 2-2. 2 on, 2 away, a 2-2 count on Camphausen at the plate. Andreyko led the inning off with a base hit. Harms was hit by a pitch. It's now first and second with 2 away. The pitch from Maestri, runner goes. The pitch is outside for a ball and nobody covering either base, and that will allow both runners to be safe as the count goes full. 3-2 on Camphausen. A double steal for Andreyko, his 5th of the season. It's the 11th steal of the year, tying Harms for the team lead. And now a 3-2 count on Camphausen at the plate with 2 in scoring position. Maestri's pitch. And it's down and out for a ball, and that'll be ball 4. So Camphausen able to hold up. That's a good pitch there by Maestri, and, you don't want to continue the inning any more than you have to. But with first base open and a 3-2 count on Camphausen, you could be picky in that situation as to what pitch you throw him. Doesn't have to be a fastball in the strike zone. Maestri, a veteran, didn't do that, and that's pretty smart. It loads the bases up, and now it's up to Franco Alonso to try to cash in the runs as he takes the first pitch inside for a ball. Alonso hitting at .319 on the season. He's got 3 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs. He's driven in 16. The graduate transfer from Cornell swings and hits that one. Gloved and stopped by the third baseman. The throw to first in time and saving probably 2 runs from scoring is the third baseman Brian King, who takes a hit away on a diving stop against Alonso to end the inning. So the Spartans leave them loaded in the first, but come up empty. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 3 left on base. We will move along into the the top of the second. And in a scoreless ball game, it'll be Zahner, Keeler, and Walsh due up for Brandeis. 4, 5, and 6 in the judges' order when we come back. Eddie Zahner, the graduate student, left-handed hitter, leading things off against Marley to begin the second for Brandeis. First pitch swung on, hit deep to center field, but underneath it is Trout, who will put it away for the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out as Zahner retired. And Marley has now faced the minimum here through the first 4 batters of the game. And that will bring Justin Keeler, the catcher, to the plate. Keeler hitting at .250 on the year. He's making his 15th start of the season. And fouls that one back, 0-1. Pardon me, he's actually hitting, let me rephrase that, he's hitting a 167 on the year. 7 of 42. As that one outside for a ball from Marley, 1-1 the count. Here's the 1-1 offering. Ground ball hit towards third. Powers with a nice glove at third base. Throws a little low, but Camphausen digs it out. And a nice pick at third from Powers. Some good defense here for both teams early on. And we have 2 outs in the second now. So with 2 gone, that'll bring Dylan Walsh, the second baseman, to the plate. Walsh hitting at 203. First pitch, fastball, let her high for a strike. It's 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1. One from Marley. Swing and a miss. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. And just a little bit inside. Walsh holds up, and it's 2-2. And that's on the outside corner, called strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Marley. It's a 1-2-3 inning in the second for Reese, and we'll move along into the bottom of the second inning as the Spartans looking to break through in a scoreless game. Carinci, Trout, and Arterburn, 7, 8, and 9 in the order when we come back. Zach Carinci set to lead things off here for the Spartans. 7, 8, and 9 in the order. Carinci trying to get something going here in the second in a scoreless game. Takes a breaking ball on the outside corner by Maestri, and it's 0-1. Carinci, Trout, and Arterburn due up. Bottom of the order for the Spartans, who loaded the bases in the first but did not get a run across. Another backdoor breaking ball from Maestri, and it's 0-2. So the world is Maestri's oyster right now with 2 strikes off of breaking balls. He could throw anything here. Looks like an inside fastball that Carinci turns on, drives towards the left field wall, and that's down for an extra base hit. Carinci turns the corner at first, and he'll pull into second, standing up with a double to lead off the inning. And, yeah, that's one with – I like the idea there for Maestri, who he came curve, but maybe a shade too predictable on that inside fastball. He left it out a little bit more probably than you would have liked over the strike zone, and then you add on to the top of the fact that you've got a good hitter at the plate on Carinci, who just spun on the inside fastball there and drove it down the line, and that's a real good piece of hitting from Carinci to put the leadoff runner in scoring position for the Spartans, with Matt Trout coming to the plate, who swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. Trout's batting average at 163, but boy, did he have a big hit in that Emory series. A triple with the bases loaded in one of his starts. And if his bat can get going, that's just another piece that further adds depth to this to this Spartan lineup. It's a 1-1 count now. And Trout went chasing that one. That is something we saw from Trout last season a lot, where he was chasing those breaking balls down and away. And you got to imagine, again, if you're Maestri here, you saw him go after that one. He's going to throw him another breaking pitch down and out. This time he misses a bit more outside with it, and the count evens 2-2. But yeah, that's going to be the biggest piece of the puzzle here for Trout to figure out, is just a little bit of a better eye at the plate. He takes a breaking ball there, and that is a really good take from Trout on a really nice curve by Maestri, and it's 3-2. Full count here with a runner at second and nobody out. See what Maestri comes up with here. Here's the 3-2. And he misses outside, ball 4, and Trout is on with a walk. And Maestri in trouble for the second straight inning as Nate Arterburn comes to the plate. And let's see how well Brandeis has this scouted, because this should be a bunt here for Arterburn. And they will play it accordingly. And again, that's good scouting by the judges here. Arterburn a threat to do a butcher boy type of play in this scenario with the third baseman in and that whole right side of the infield vacated. Let's see what he does. Squares to bunt and pulls it back and takes the ball. It's 1-0. But I'll tell you what, early in a game where, at least on paper, you have a decisive advantage, I wouldn't hate a butcher boy play here from, a fake bunt from Arterburn. And that may be what he's doing here. Yep, pulls it back and takes it outside for a ball. And if nothing else, that's going to make the Brandeis defense think twice about things here. But they are essentially giving Arterburn the entire left side of the infield, and he could roll a ball from home plate into the outfield with the way the defense is playing him. He does get this bunt down the third baseline, but it's foul, and the count goes to 2-1. And again, it's not that Brandeis is playing him poorly in this situation. It's just that this is the conundrum you have as a defense here, because you have a good hitter at the plate, despite the fact that he's hitting in the 9-hole in Arterburn. He's a very good bunter, and certainly this is a bunt situation. But at the same time, he could proven, at least at this point in his career, that he can swing his bat. He's got a .293 average on the year. He bunts that one up in the air, and jumping to make the catches, Maestri for the out, and that will be the first out of the inning. So well navigated there by the Brandeis defense and Maestri, as Arterburn unable to get the bunt down. Runners hold at first and second. And back to the top of the order with Logan Andreyko coming to the plate. Andreyko hitting at .330 after singling in the first inning. Logan now 3 for 8 against lefties this year as he fouls back the first pitch, 0-1. Now the 0-1 on the way. And that one lifted in the air. Center field deep. Still going back. Now underneath it is the center fielder Crowley, and he makes the catch. Tagging from second and pulling up to third on the play is Carinci. And so there'll be runners on the corners now with 2 outs after the fly out by Andreyko. Trout stays at first. Now, something to watch out for here. I would not be shocked if at some point early in this at-bat, if we see Trout in motion here, even with Jack Anderson. And yeah, there's the catcher, Keeler, coming out to signal to the infield how they want to handle a situation should Trout run. Maestri checks his armband just to see what the play is for the infield. It's first and third with 2 away. Anderson at the plate takes the first pitch outside for a ball, and you can see Maestri's strategy just trying to keep that ball down and away against the Spartan hitters. Here's the 1-0. Up and out, ball 2, 2-0 the count. Anderson checks his swing, holds up, it's 3-0. And again, if you're Maestri, you need to be careful here, 3-0. This is not a team that you could just lob fastballs down the middle against 3-0. The Spartans will swing in these situations. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And it's taken for a strike by Anderson, 3-1. Anderson, the preseason All-America first team selection at catcher on the D3Baseball.com preseason All-America team. 3-1 pitch on the way, stays up high, ball 4. Maestri issues his third walk of the game and his second this inning. Again, entered play having walked just 6 batters in 32 2/3 innings, but has gotten burned by some wildness early on here. And the Spartans, for the second straight inning, have the bases loaded with 2 away. And now James Powers, the team's leader in RBIs this season, will be at the plate. Powers struck out swinging in his first at-bat, but is hit by the first pitch of this one, and that will bring across the first run of the game. So an RBI for Powers, his team-high 33rd of the season, brings across the first run on the hit-by pitch. So a double, 2 walks, and a hit batter. And that will bring the pitching coach out for the Judges. I believe that is Greg Tobin, former Judges pitcher, now in his second season as an assistant coach with the team. Tobin was a good pitcher for Brandeis during his time with them. Yeah, I believe that's Tobin who's going out and talking with Maestri. If it is Tobin, I imagine the two were teammates at one point in their careers. Tobin graduated in 2020. Maestri, now the graduate student, so you would imagine their paths crossed early in Maestri's career and late in Tobin's. Bases are now loaded, 2 away, and stepping up to the plate is Nick Harms. Harms was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. And a big swing and a miss at that curveball. That is a good curve that Maestri has shown today, and the Spartans have not exactly been on top of it. Harms hitting .333 against lefties this year. 3 for 9. A big swing and a miss there and another curve, and it's 0-2. And if you're Maestri here, you got to imagine the goal is just to keep working that curveball, at least until Harms proves that he can make contact with it. Maestri ahead in the count, 0-2, bases loaded, 2 away, the pitch. And that one breaks down and away, and it's 1-2. Mark Maestri got out of a bases-loaded jam in the first inning, has them loaded up again here with a run already across in the second. Here's the 1-2 to Harms. And the fastball on the outside corner, a called strike 3. So Maestri snuck the fastball by Harms. Good placement by him. And that will be the final out of the inning. The Spartans leave the bases loaded for the second straight inning. We'll move along into the top of the third. It's 1-0 Case Western Reserve. Bottom of the order for Brandeis. Aaronwald, Chafin, and Crowley due up when we come back. Welcome back once again, everybody, as the first pitch of the inning is missed outside by Marley for a ball to Henry Ironwald. And that's inside, 2-0. Now the 2-0 pitch, and it's muscled foul, 2-1. Ironwald hitting at 190 on the year, 8 for 42 on the season. And that one a little low, 3-1. Marley, just 20 pitches through the first 2 innings of work. He's faced the minimum despite walking the leadoff hitter. Got a double play later in the first inning and has not allowed another base runner since. Swing and a miss at a fastball in the outside corner, and the count goes full, 3-2. Said it before that this is a Brandeis team that you need to throw strikes against. That one's fouled away. I understand the kind of absurdity of that statement. You need to throw strikes against everybody, but this is a Brandeis team that comes in hitting at 210 as a team, so you want to challenge them in the strike zone is probably the better way to phrase that. A little bit low there, and it's ball 4. And Aaron Wall draws the leadoff walk, so second time today through 3 innings that Brandeis has gotten the leadoff man on a walk. And the batter now will be Matt Chafin. Chafin hitting a 184. Spartans creeping at the corners, potentially expecting a bunt. Not showing bunt there is Chafin, and he takes a called strike, 0-1. It's curious, and again, sometimes there's a little bit of feeling out strategy-wise between these teams when they face off on these UAA weekends. Is that one sprayed foul into the Brandeis dugout? Everyone appears to be okay. And the count now 0-2 on Chafin. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Marley. And that's right there. It's a called strike 3. Not sure what Chafin was looking for, but he got a fastball on the inner portion of the plate right at the knees and took it for a called strike 3. Good pitch there from Marley. His third strikeout of the game. And that will bring up Connor Crowley with 1 away and a runner on. Crowley hitting a 219 on the year. The 9-hitter in the lineup sends that one through for a base hit. First hit of the game for the Judges. Ironwald will stop at second. Crowley with his 8th hit of the season. And the Judges have something cooking here in the third with 2 on and 1 away. Back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring up Alex Kim, who walked in his first at-bat. Ironwald takes the lead from second. Crowley from first. As the pitch on the way, fastball outside corner for a strike. Nicely framed by Jack Anderson on that outside corner. 1-0 Spartans leading, top of the third inning, first of 4 games between these two teams. Here's the 0-1. Down and in, 1-1. And up and out, 2-1. The other UAA series going on this weekend is Emory and NYU. And I have no clue. I'm going to take a look and see if that game has even started. It's due for a 3 o'clock start in New York, as that one's fouled away. And in fact, it is underway. NYU already leading. It's tied now, 4-4 in the top of the third. Wasn't sure if or when they would start that one, considering that New York probably only about 4 or 5 hours removed from a fairly strong earthquake. Not too far from New York City where they're playing. But it looks like everything's okay there as that one's fouled down the line. Well, softly down the line. Some weird spin on that one. Either way, the count stays at 2-2. I think it was a 4.8 magnitude earthquake located the epicenter in north central New Jersey. Is another one fouled away. There were actually videos of the Yankees in batting practice. All of a sudden, the ground started to rumble. Again, fortunately, it sounds like everyone, not much damage caused or anything along those lines. That one's in there, a called strike 3, and Marley gets his second strikeout of the inning, 4th of the game. And there are 2 gone here in the 3rd. So 2 gone. The batter now will be Jake Fried, who, with a runner at first and nobody out in the 1st inning, swung at the first pitch he saw and grounded it right to the second baseman, Franco Alonso, who started a 4-4-3 double play. Marley facing him for the second time today, delivers a first pitch strike, 0-1. So Marley ahead in the count here, looking to work around a little bit of a jam. Lefty's hitting at just 214 against Marley this year. That one hit towards the middle. It's through for a base hit. Center fielder has it, Trout. His throw is going to be cut off by Camphausen. Camphausen has the runner tied up. He'll execute the play perfectly, running towards him before applying the tag for the out. However, the run does score. We're all even, 1-1 on the RBI single by Fried. And we'll be tied as we move into the bottom of the 3rd. 1-1 the score. Case Western Reserve coming to bat when we come back. Dane Camphausen set to lead things off. Camphausen drew a walk in his first trip to the plate back in the 1st inning, was left stranded at first. Facing Maestri for the 2nd time today, takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Camphausen, Alonso, and Carinci due up. As the count goes to 1-0 on Camphausen. Here's the 1-0. Outside again, 2-0. Derek Carlson, the head coach for Brandeis, arguing that call a little bit, but that looked well outside from up here. 2-0. Another one well outside, 3-0. I'm not sure what the argument is here is, well, there's a baseball on the field. I think that's what Carlson was going for, trying to pick up a loose baseball on the field, which is a good job by him. As the 3-0 pitch, Camphausen was not taking all the way there, but checks his swing and takes it for a called strike anyway. It's 3-1. 7 home runs this season for Camphausen as he awaits the 3-1 pitch. And he hits it hard but foul, and it's 3-2. So full count now on Camphausen as Maestri works his way back into it. Maestri up to 50 pitches now. And that one sky high up the elevator chute. Long run over for Keeler. And he can't make the catch, but it bounces into the glove of the pitcher for the out. Wow. Well, that's not one you see every day. Keeler couldn't quite find his way underneath it with the wind blowing hard. But the old 2-1 pop out. I guess you can't have an assist on a pop out, so it'll go as a pop out to the pitcher. But, boy, you don't see plays like that very often. A good job by Maestri, who is really having a nice all-around performance so far. That one in the air, shallow center, and Alonso first pitch swinging, singles into center field. So base hit for Alonso, and now Zach Carinci will be the batter. I believe some light rain is currently falling, but nothing, at least at this point, that I think would stop play. At least nothing close to what would stop play at this point, as that misses for ball one. Again, I'm expecting to see the Spartans run a lot this weekend. We saw that last weekend, too. Alonso certainly a threat to go at first. He's stolen 6 bases on 7 tries this year. Not running here, as that one's in the dirt, 2-0. Keeler has struggled throwing out base runners. 30 stolen bases attempted against him entering play. He's thrown out just 1. The 2-0. That one swung on, ground softly to short. Shortstop is there. Throw goes on to first, and it's a step ahead of Carinci for the out. Matt Chafin, the freshman, had to make a quick throw there, but does so successfully. And Alonso, who moves up to second base on the play, now in scoring position, representing the potential go-ahead run. And the batter at the plate is Matt Trout. Trout drew a walk in his first at-bat, really showed some good discipline at the plate. And we'll step up here with a runner in scoring position and 2 away. That one swung on, grounded through the infield for a base hit. Alonso around the corner at third. He'll come in to score. An RBI single for Trout, his 5th RBI of the season, and the Spartans regain the lead. It's 2-1. Well, Trout didn't hit it hard, but he found the right spot. Just a soft grounder through that right side. Eddie Zahner, the first baseman, did all he could to get to that one, but couldn't quite get a glove on it. And now runner at first, 2 away for Nate Arterburn as that pitch down and in for a ball, 1-0. Again, I would expect, even though Trout does not have a stolen base this season, we'll see him in motion at some point in this at-bat if given the chance. 1-0, there goes Trout. Pitch is taken for a ball. Throw goes down to second, not in time. And the Spartans with another man in scoring position, and now a 2-0 count on Arterburn at the plate. First stolen base of the season for Trout. The 3rd stolen base of the game for the Spartans. And that one chopped softly. Maestri with it, turns, flips over to first, in time to get the out. And that will end the inning, but an RBI single for Matt Trout gives the Spartans the lead back. It's 2-1 as we move along into the 4th. A run on 2 hits in the frame for the Spartans. 2 up for Brandeis, heart of their order in the 4th. King, Zahner, and Keeler when we return. Case Western Reserve grabs the lead back in the bottom of the third. It's now 2-1 Spartans as we move into the fourth. Heart of the order for Brandeis as they try to answer back. It'll be King, Zahner, and Keeler due up. King, a strikeout swinging in his first at bat. Flashed some good leather at third base, though, earlier in the game. Took away what would have been at least one, maybe two RBIs for James Powers with a diving stop at third. Takes the first pitch down and in for Marley, 1-0. Reese has been pretty economical with his pitches so far, which is a good sign. 2-0 now the count. Here's the 2-0. Inside, 3-0. Boy, Marley, it seems like, and you would expect it on a day like today, it's a little cold, but just seems to take him a couple pitches each inning just to get warmed up and get that arm loose. And that's right there for a called strike, 3-1. Well outside, ball 4. So the third walk of the game issued by Marley. Each of them has come to the leadoff hitter in an inning. He led off the first, third, and now the fourth inning with a walk. And King on with nobody out now for Eddie Zahner, who's one of the more dangerous hitters in this lineup for Brandeis. Zahner came into the day hitting at .316, 0-for-1 with a fly out to deep center in his first at bat and takes that pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. Zahner, 4 doubles, a team-high 3 home runs. He's driven on a team-leading 11 runs this year. And that's a little outside, 2-0. And Marley trying to find his control early on here in the fourth. Again, working with a 1-run lead. Trying to protect it here. The 2-0 swung on ground ball hit towards third and diving stop by Arterburn, but no play to be had. And it's an infield single for Zahner. King to second on the play, and once again, Brandeis with the potential game-tying run at second, the potential go-ahead run at first. Coming to the plate will be Justin Keeler, 0-for-1 with a ground out to third base in his only trip to the plate so far. First pitch to Keeler. He squares to bunt, and it just misses down and out, 1-0. Marley with some trouble to work out of here. And that one bunted foul. 1-1 the count. Here's the 1-1 on the way. And high, 2-1. And that's right down the middle for a called strike, 2-2. So we'll see if the bunt is still on here for Keeler. Here's the 2-2. Not bunting, and he pops it up foul and out of play. 2-2 still. Big out for Marley to get at the plate if he can. With 2 on and nobody out. Leadoff walk followed by an infield single. Sun's starting to peek out from behind the clouds a bit here as the 2-2 from Marley comes. He rocks and delivers, and it swung on ground ball hit towards second. Alonso with it. He looks to second, but his only play is at first, where he throws over to Camphausen to get the first out of the inning. It effectively is, or works the same as a sacrifice bunt, as the ground out moves Zahner and King up a bag each. And so second and third with 1 away now for Dylan Walsh. Walsh struck out looking in his first at bat. And Marley would love to get another strikeout here with runners at second and third and one away. First pitch. Marley delivers a first pitch strike. Good fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. The 0-1. Fouled away, 0-2, and now Marley's got some options to work with here to try to get the out at the plate. And the Spartans leading by a run. Brandeis threatening here, though, in the inning, and the Spartans will pull the infield in. Interesting move. Infield in for the Spartans, 0-2 with one away. That one swung on and grounded through for a base hit. One run in to score, picked up by Harms. They'll hold the runner at third, but it's an RBI single for Walsh. Wouldn't have mattered even if the infield was back. There was no chance to get that one as Walsh just singles through the hole to drive in the game-tying run. And it's now 2-2. So Brandeis, despite the record, despite some of their offensive troubles this season, not going away easy in this one. And the batter now at the plate will be Henry Aaronwald. Aaronwald walked in his first at bat, takes it up high, 1-0. And that will bring Jack Anderson out to have a talk with Reese Marley. And it might even get the Spartan bullpen up and working early in the day. So the meeting breaks up. Everybody retreats to their positions. And that's in there for a called strike, 1-1. There is action in the Spartan bullpen as that's down and away, 2-1. Marley lined up to pitch again on Wednesday in what will be a big game on the road for the Spartans against Denison. That being said, he's got to focus on the here and the now with runners on the corners, one away in a tie game in the top of the fourth. Now ahead in the count on Aaronwald, count even 2-2. Here's the 2-2 offering from Marley. And a swing and a miss, strike three. Big strikeout there for Marley. And there are two gone in the inning now for the shortstop, Matt Chafin. Chafin struck out looking in his first at bat and is now hitting at 180 on the year. And he hits that one. It goes off of Marley's glove into no man's land, and no play for Marley on that one. And that'll be an infield single for Chafin, and it gives Brandeis a one-run lead as Zahner comes in to score. It's now 3-2. So the Judges strike for 2 runs in the inning. And that will bring the 9-hitter, Connor Crowley, to the plate. So first and second now, 2 away. Marley now in the mode of limiting damage here in the fourth. 2 runs across already for Brandeis. Here's the pitch. And it's down the middle for a strike with a breaking ball. Yeah, I'm looking at the replay of that. Marley knocked that one down with the back of his glove. That might have been one had Marley thought better of it, would have been better off, as that's a called strike, would have been better off potentially letting that bounce through where I think one of his middle infielders might have had a chance to make a play on it. But Marley, you don't blame him for that reaction. You stick your glove up, you try to catch it clean, but tough play by him. As the 0-2 on the way, here's the pitch. And it's on the outside corner, a called strike 3. So Marley strikes out 2 in the inning, but gives up 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 of which didn't leave the infield. No errors and 2 men left on in the frame. We will move to the bottom of the 4th. Top of the order for the Spartans, who now trail for the first time today, 3-2 the score. It'll be Andraco, Anderson, and Powers due up when we come back. So the base is empty now for the Spartans, obviously, as we begin the bottom of the 4th inning. And top of the order for Case Western Reserve, Andraco, Anderson, and Powers due up. Andraco 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out. Spartans are leading or trailing here, as that misses down low. Ball 1-1-0. First time today that Case Western Reserve will come to bat trailing, and Mark Maestri, who has pitched well today, will work with a lead for the first time. That misses inside. It's 2-0. The Spartans have scored single runs in each of the last 2 innings. But Brandeis with 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. The Judges now lead 3-2. Maestri calls a quick timeout here for uniform adjustment. Now gets the signal, I believe, as that pitch in there for a strike, 2-1. I believe Brandeis calling pitches from their dugout, but there appears to me as if they're calling signs, not necessarily the pitch. I could be wrong. So that misses down and in, 3-1. I don't think they're necessarily calling pitches because you keep seeing Maestri check his wristband. As that one line drive right at the first baseman, Zahner, who pulls it in for the out. Boy, Andraco hit it hard, but right at Zahner. And nothing to show for a well-struck ball for Andraco, who will return to the dugout. And there's 1 out now for Jack Anderson. Anderson 0 for 1, a ground out and a walk today for Jack. That misses outside. Ball 1-0. And a swing and a miss, 1-1. Anderson, a .375 hitter on the year. The 1-1. And a called strike on the outside corner, 1-2. That's one where, you're the catcher at the plate. You don't argue that one, but you just hope that gets called for your pitcher, too. 1-2 pitch on the way. And Anderson pokes that one down the right field line, but foul. Say poke, but boy, that ball ended up about 300 feet down the line and right. Jack's got that strong power to all fields. Tremendous baseball player. I was laughing yesterday watching the Mets game because Mets, who have the talented young catcher Francisco Alvarez, he caught all 9 innings of the first game. They actually pinch ran for him late, so got a little bit of a break in the first game. So that misses down and out, ball 3. But because he caught all 9 innings in the first game, they played the second game of the doubleheader. He didn't appear in that one, could not catch in it. They gave him a break. And I left, and I said, well, the Mets have to rest Francisco Alvarez as Anderson fouls another one off. Meanwhile, you have Jack Anderson, who will probably catch at least the first 17 innings of a doubleheader tomorrow and then may close out one of the games on the mound without a break. And by the way, Jack's probably about a year older than Francisco Alvarez, too. That one misses outside for a ball. So it's not like, Jack is significantly younger or anything like that. Alvarez isn't a, 40-year-old catcher. He's a guy who's probably 21, 22 years old. And same thing, Jack's, 22, 23, the first-year law student. So pickoff attempt at first as Anderson dives back in. That's the first time we've seen Maestri try a pickoff at first base. He attempts to control the running game here with a potential game-tying run on the base pass. Anderson has stolen 8 bases on 8 attempts this year. And a called strike on the outside corner to James Powers. Powers struck out swinging and was hit by a pitch in his 2 trips to the plate. Hit by a pitch came with the bases loaded. It allowed the only run of the game, or one of the 2 runs in the game, to score for the Spartans. Swing and a miss there, 0-2. Powers in his first at-bat, that strikeout did not look great against Maestri and his curve, and similar here as he takes a wild swing at the 0-1. It's now 0-2, and that one popped up. And the count stays at 0-2 as it lands in foul territory. Maestri now up to 75 pitches, and if you're the Spartans, you certainly want to try to get into this Brandeis bullpen as early as possible. I mentioned some of the Judges' woes at the plate, but this is the team that has struggled on the mound too, a team ERA of 7.58. Maestri tied for the lowest ERA on the team coming into play today at 5.23. The 0-2. And a little outside with that one, not by much. 1-2 the count. One-two pitch on the way to Powers. Runner goes. Powers swings hard. Ground ball to first. Anderson's going to try for third. And the throw goes to third base. Anderson dives back in without a throw to second. Aggressive base running there by Jack, and fortunate to get back to second. He's got a smile on his face. It'll go as a ground out to first base for Powers. Anderson now in scoring position with 2 away for Nick Harms, who is 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout looking in his last at-bat. Has also been hit by a pitch today. So 2 away, potential game-tying run in scoring position for the Spartans with 2 outs. Anderson takes his lead. First pitch to Harms is a fastball there for a strike. 0-1. So Maestri, after pitching backwards for a good portion of this game, starting batters off with his breaking ball and then trying to get him out with the fastball, switching strategy a little bit here third time through the order. Harms hits that one a long way deep to right field. Back at the wall, looking up, and it's out of here. A 2-run homer for Nick Harms comes with an 0-1 count and 2 away. Just pulls it over the wall in right field, and it gives the Spartans the lead back. It's now 4-3. Well, that's one that Harms, as strong as he is, that wasn't his best struck ball, but that was a ball he just got enough of up in the air, into the wind, and it pulled it over the wall. And that is the 5th of the season, 25th of Harms' career. And now Dane Camphausen will hit, and he hits that one deep towards center field. Back at the wall, looking up, and that's gone. Back-to-back home runs for the Spartans as the first pitch Dane Camphausen sees. He hits over the wall deep in center field. And back-to-back home runs give the Spartans a 5-3 lead. 8th home run of the season. That leads all Spartan players for Camphausen. He made sure not to flip his bat there as he'll celebrate after the fact with the Spartans now leading 5-3. So with 2 away now, still the Spartans leading 5-3, and Franco Alonso will be the batter. And I believe there we got a pitch clock violation. Let's see what they call. Derek Carlson, the coach for Brandeis, coming out. We're going to have to see what the call is here. I think what they're arguing is that Maestri threw the ball before Alonso was ready in the batter's box. It's that, some of those new pitch clock style rules. We do need to check and see if that's ball 1 or if it's still no count here. I don't know if that counts as a warning or if it's an automatic ball. And we'll hopefully get a sign from the umpire here. So again, I believe it's now a 1-0 count. We'll see if we get some confirmation. Maestri, meanwhile, this might be a situation where if you're Brandeis, you might want to go out and talk to him here quickly for a second. Is the 1-0 pitch on the way? And it's a called strike, and I believe the count now 1-1. Again, we're waiting to see if the umpire signals anything different. He hasn't, so I'm going to go with 1-1 here, and I think that's correct. 1-1. Outside for a ball. I was going to say this might be a situation where if you're Derek Carlson, you might want to go out and have a talk to Maestri, just to calm him down a little bit after giving up the back-to-back home runs and then the violation called. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And in the dirt, ball 3, 3-1. Maestri now up to 84 pitches in the game. Here's the 3-1. And that one in the air, deep towards center field, towards the gap. Going back is Crowley. He looks up, and it's off the base of the wall. Alonso will pull into second with a double. And that's 3 straight extra base hits for the Spartans against Maestri. And with Carinci coming to the plate and a chance here to add on further, and I'm a bit surprised that no one has come out here just to give Maestri a little bit of a breather on the mound. Working quickly there. That one hit hard to third off the chest of the third baseman, and he won't have a play on it. Take a look at that one again. For now, that'll go as an error on the third baseman. And indeed, we'll get a meeting on the mound. Is Derek Carlson coming out? And let's see if that's it for Maestri here. We'll take a quick break. It's 5-3, Spartans leading when we come back. So Maestri will stay in the game here. He's at 85 pitches. That one changed the scoring on that to a hit for Carinci. So he's now on at first. Alonso moved up to third on the play. Trout at the plate. Carinci running. And no throw down to second as Carinci gets the steal. So it's second and third now with 2 away. Trout at the plate hitting 174 on the year. He's been on base both of the times he's been up today, a walk in the second and a go-ahead RBI single in the third. Ground ball, third base. Easier play that time, but bobbled again by the third baseman King. Picks it up and throws to first just in time to get Trout for the out. And that will end the inning. So the Spartans, with a 2-run homer by Nick Harms, a solo shot from Dane Camphausen. And it's now a 5-3 Case Western Reserve lead. Due up in the fifth for Brandeis. Top of the order, Kim, Fried, and King when we come back. Welcome back once again. Case Western Reserve now with a 5-3 lead. And Marley trying to protect it here. This is the kind of inning, if you're Marley, you're facing the top of the order, so not always an easy thing, and certainly easier said than done. But if you can find a way to get through this inning quickly, get your bats back up, this is the inning to do so. Down low for a ball, 2-0. Again, mention that Marley, especially early on in innings today, has struggled with his control. Outside again, 3-0. Kim has drawn a walk against Marley. That came leading off the game. He's also struck out looking ahead in the count here, 3-0 against Marley. You can imagine he's taking all the way. And he takes it outside, ball 4. So for the fourth time now through 5 innings, Marley has walked the leadoff hitter. He's gone burned in each of the last 2 innings that he's done that. And will now face, with a runner on and nobody out, the right fielder, Jake Fried, who singled to short in his, who singled in his last at bat to center field. As that one taken down and away by Fried, 1-0. So 5 pitches this inning, all out of the strike zone so far for Marley. Inside, 2-0. And that'll bring Steve Grunberg out to have a talk to Reese. Five, 5-3, the Spartans leading. Case Western Reserve's bats waking up in the bottom of the 4th, but Marley's trying to get himself settled in here on the mound in the top of the 5th with that 2-run lead. So 2-0 now the count. Fried at the plate, the left-handed hitter facing the lefty Marley. Again, Fried 1 for 2 in the game. Grounded into a double play in the first inning. Spartans would love another one like that here. Takes a called strike. It's 2-1. Marley up to 73 pitches, so despite some of the wildness, his pitch count is staying relatively low today. Pickoff attempt at first, not in time. Mentioned before, Kim Yet to yet to steal a base this year. He's only attempted one steal on the season. Called strike, 2-2, so Marley battles back to even the count. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball hit up towards the middle. Shortstop Arterburn has it, steps on the bag for one, throws off his back foot to first in time to get the double play. And that is the second time today that Fried has hit into a double play. Turned 6-6-3 this time. All three of the balls that Fried has hit have been up the middle. The Spartans have had it covered twice. And there are now 2 gone in the inning. So that'll bring Brian King to the plate. King 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Checks his swing but can't hold up, and it's 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. And down and away. So it's a 1-2 count now on King. Marley looking to get through the inning unscathed despite the leadoff walk. Skips that one to the plate. And the count evens 2-2. Marley has not given up a lot of hard contact today. He's been beaten by the walk. Well, not beaten. He's playing well as that one's hit to third. Powers a long throw, but Camphausen, you really got to throw it high to get it over his head, and he just reaches up effortlessly to pull that one in for the final out of the inning. Gotta be nice to have that big target at first base if you're a third baseman like Powers. Taking advantage of it there. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. We will move to the bottom of the 5th. The Spartans leading 5-3. Nate Arterburn set to lead things off here for the Spartans, who lead 5-3 as we move into the bottom of the 5th. As that one grounded to first base, scooped by Zahner, who puts it away for an out, and 1 pitch, 1 gone here in the frame. So Arterburn grounds out to start the inning off. And that will bring up Logan Andreyko to the plate. Andreyko 1 for 3, singled to center field in the first inning. Since then has flown out to center field and then hit a scorching line drive to first base that Zahner was able to glove. Lefty-lefty matchup here with Andreyko facing Maestri as he takes it up high, ball 1. Andreyko, a .323 hitter on the season. It's been a great year for Logan, who has just cemented his role in the leadoff spot for the Spartans. Outside, ball 2, 2-0. 2-0. Well up high, 3-0. And ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Andraco. And the Spartans with a 1-out base runner for Jack Anderson. This is, if you're an opposing pitcher, this is what makes facing the Spartans so hard, is that the top 5 guys in this order, and really top to bottom, but the top 5 guys in this order are all America quality hitters. It's a called strike to Jack Anderson. Obviously, Anderson's already been an All-American. Camphausen and Powers, both all-region players, as has Harms been over his career. Throw down to first, not in time. And then the way Logan Andraco is hitting that leadoff spot, plus you've got Zach Carinzi, plus you've got Franco Alonso, you've got Trout and Arterburn at the bottom of the order. I mean, this is a slog of a lineup to get through. That ball hit as a rocket over the middle and into center field for a base hit for Anderson. First hit of the game for Jack, who had walked in each of his previous 2 at-bats, and he's now just 2 away for 200 for his career. So that's the 198th hit of Anderson's career, and there's 2 on, 1 away for James Powers, who, again, Powers has not looked great at the plate so far today, facing Maestri and that good curveball that he has. And there's another one, and you can see Powers just not reading that pitch well off his hand right now. Does a good job to hold up on that one, and the count goes to 1-0. But that has been a struggle for Powers facing Maestri here, that really good curve he has to offer. And the fastball that time, but that missed outside 2-0. And you can see Maestri just not quite as precise as he was earlier in this game. He's now up to 95 pitches in the game. Two 0 on the way. And a little low, 3-0. And a walk here would load them up with Nick Harms, who homered in his last at-bat out on deck. And I'm not sure Maestri would stick around to see Harms another time. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And that ball, 3-0, swung on, hit in the air, deep towards right, but playable. Over to get it on the 3-0, on the, in right field, excuse me, is free to retire Powers for the out. I don't hate that idea from Powers, who just got a bit under it, but swinging 3-0 when you have been struggling to find contact with Maestri, not a bad idea. And so, didn't work out. We'll instead have runners on the corners now for Harms, who is coming off a home run in his last at bat. Again, his 5th of the season, program leading 25th of his career. Two-run homer back last inning. And he hits that in the air, deep towards right center field. Back at the wall and reaching up to make the catch is the center fielder Crowley on the warning track to take away an extra base hit from Harms. And that will end the inning. So the Spartans leave 2 stranded. They've now left 11 on the base paths through the first 5 innings today. No runs, a hit, no errors for the Spartans in the inning, and we'll move to the 6th. It's 5-3, Case Western Reserve leading. Zahner, Keeler, and Walsh due up, 4, 5, and 6 in the order when we come back. Reese Marley back out to start the sixth. Delivers a first pitch strike to Eddie Zahner, and the count's 0-1. Zahner, the transfer from Wesleyan. Of course, the privilege today to be joined in the press box here by another Wesleyan transfer, Preston Mako, rhymes with taco, from in his first year on the Case Western Reserve basketball team that reached the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament. Preston doing PA for us. He's a little bit better today than he was his first time out, so good job, Preston. And a called strike 3, and that'll sit Zahner down, the strikeout to start the inning for Marley. 7th strikeout of the game now for Marley, who's up to 83 pitches. As all of a sudden, the sun coming out here once again. Nice to see. And wasn't sure we'd get this game in today, to be honest with you, if you were looking at the weather forecast. Ground ball to third by Keeler. Easy play for Powers to get the second out of the inning. But we had a little bit of light rain and maybe some snow flurries throughout the day. But listen, if you're in Cleveland in early April and all you're getting is light rain and snow flurries, you're doing okay most of the time. That's not too bad. Certainly that's still baseball weather for us here. As that one inside and hits Walsh on the upper thigh, I thought, as he turned away from that. And he will reach first on a hit by pitch. And so now with 2 away, a runner on. And the batter at the plate will be Henry Aaronwald. Aaronwald 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored in the third. Struck out swinging in the fourth. Walsh the runner at first. Here's the pitch. Outside corner for a strike. And it's 0-1. 0-1 from Marley. And in the air, right field. Harms underneath it. And that'll end the inning. So quick inning for Marley. And we'll move into the bottom of the sixth. The Spartans up 2. 5-3 the score. Camphausen, Alonso, and Carinci due up when we come back. Dane Camphausen to lead things off, 1 for 2 in the day with a solo home run. His team leading 8th of the year his last time up. He fouls off the first pitch from Maestri, as Maestri's next pitch will be his 100th of the game. Again, Brandeis, a team with not a ton of pitching depth this season, and so you imagine they're going to let Maestri throw until he says his day is done, or at least until he's no longer effective. He's been good out there today. He's got that good curveball that has really kept the Spartan hitters off balance at times. The 1-1 on the way. Outside for a ball, 2-1. And fouled back, 2-2. Two-two pitch on the way. Popped up, sky high. Will it stay in play for Zahner? No. Well, it bounced off the fence. Zahner might have had a shot to make a play at that one. Not an easy play, but a shot. Instead, it lands harmlessly, and another chance here at the plate for Dane Camphausen, who is on some kind of run right now. And he can't hold up there, and that's strike three. Again, that curveball has been good for Maestri. Maestri gets his third strikeout of the game. For Maestri today, the issue is, to a certain extent, first of all, it's the 2 home runs he gave up. That's the big issue today. And again, he gave up 2 home runs to 2 really good home run hitters. Probably the 2 best in the conference right now, as that missed outside to Alonso 1-0. That being said, the other issue is that he's walked 5 batters today. And I wonder if the cold weather bothering him a little bit in this one. That's up high, 2-0. Again, entered the game with just 6 walks in 32 2/3 innings. He's walked 5 already today as he begins his 6th inning of work. That ball hit in the air deep towards center field by Alonso, but Crowley lines it up and puts it away. And there are 2 quickly retired here in the 6th for Maestri. And Zach Carinci now will step to the plate. Carinci's average up to 281 on the season now. He's 2 for 3 in the game today with a single, a double, and a ground out to short. Said it before, but Zach Carinci getting back to some state of what he was last year, that will absolutely just put the icing on the cake on this Spartan lineup right now. He takes that one outside for a ball, 1-0. Carinci, remember last year he hit in the mid-300s, hit second most of the season for the Spartans. It was just such a good bat up there, but battling injuries this year, he's finally starting to round into form, it appears like. And if he can stay healthy and stay productive, I mean, that is just a huge boost to add to this lineup. 2-0. And that one framed up on the outside corner for strike 1, 2-1. Hit in the air, left field, base hit. Line drive single into left for Carinci, his 3rd hit of the game. 10th hit of the day for the Spartans, and they have a 2-out base runner for Matt Trout, who's 1 for 2. A walk, an RBI single, and a ground out to 3rd today for Trout. He has swung a good bat in this one. Runner goes. The throw down to second is in time, and they got him. So running on the first pitch is Carinci, and he's caught stealing. 2-4 on the caught stealing, and that will end the inning. No runs on a hit. The Spartans will head into the 7th with a 5-3 lead. Bottom of the order for Brandeis, Chafin and Crowley, followed by the leadoff hitter, Kim, when we come back. Brandeis coming to bat here. Bottom of their order with the 8 and 9 hitters, followed by the 1 hitter. So that's Chafin, Crowley, and Kim due up. Chafin hitting a 196 on the year, had a base hit and an RBI in his last at bat. Barnes will shift him the opposite way, and that one, of course, is chopped to the third base side, gets through everybody, and will get down and be an infield single there for Chafin. Hit. So an infield single there, sixth of the game for Brandeis. And the leadoff man on against Marley for Crowley now, who takes a called strike 0-1. Chafin at first, yet to attempt to steal this season. It's a two-run game. Brandeis right in this one is a swing and a miss, 0-2. Marley now up to 90 pitches on the day. I imagine this is a Marley to Horvath situation, and Marley's going to try to get through his seventh inning for the first time this season. Has that ball in the air, left field, and Draco underneath it. And the catch made for the first out as Crowley retired. One gone. Chafin retreats over to first. So one away now for the leadoff hitter, Alex Kim, who's walked twice and struck out looking. And he sprays that one foul, 0-1. Kim, a sophomore. Down low, 1-1. And a little up high. So the count goes to 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Fouled back again, 2-2. One out, one on. Kim the batter. Marley on the mound. Shakes off a sign, now gets set. And the fastball chopper hits slowly towards second. Alonso with it, flips to short for one. Throw to first, nowhere near in time. So the Spartans get the lead runner. Kim with the fielder's choice. 4-6 the put out at second base. And two outs now with a runner at first for Jake Freed. Freed 1 for 3 with an RBI single sandwiched between two ground ball double plays. All three balls he's hit have been up towards the middle of the field as he takes the first pitch ball, 1-0. And a called strike, 1-1. Outside, 2-1. And swung on and foul tipped off. 2-2 the count. Marley now 100 pitches deep into the game. Looking to get the final out of the seventh with his 101st pitch. 2-2, two away, runner at first. Marley comes set. 2-2. Outside, full count 3-2. So the runner will get an early start from first base with a 3-2 count and two away. Three-two to Freed. And he pops it up. Marley Calls everyone off, and in fair territory makes the catch for the out. And that ends the inning. No runs on a hit for Brandeis. We'll move along to the bottom of the seventh. The Spartans up 2, 5-3 the score. Due up for Case Western Reserve in the inning, Trout, Arterburn, and Andraco when we come back. New pitcher on the mound for the Judges will be Kyle Murray, the righty, who takes over for Mark Maestri. Despite being on the losing side of things, pitched fairly effectively today. 10 hits allowed, 5 runs, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts through 6 innings. He threw 112 pitches. Again, now we'll turn the game over to Murray. Murray, who wears number 22, a first-year righty out of West Roxbury, Massachusetts, Boston Latin High School, 6'2". Murray on the season has made 6 appearances out of the bullpen. He's 0-1 with an ERA of 18 as he delivers a first pitch strike to Matt Trout, 0-1. Murray, 5 innings of work. He's given up just 5 hits, but he's walked 9, struck out 7. He's allowed 10 runs. And that one sent sky high but playable for the second baseman. Over to get it, and putting it away for the out is Walsh, and there's one gone on the pop out by Trout. So I'll bring Nate Arterburn to the plate. First pitch. And he takes it outside for Murray, 1-0. Murray works quickly on the mound, but misses down and in. 2-0 now the count. And up and in, 3-0. I don't see any action in the Spartans' bullpen between innings, so it may be a chance here for Reese Marley to pitch into the 8th for the first time this season. As a called strike, 3-1. Arterburn taking all the way there. And he hits that one towards short. Scooped, thrown, and in time to get Arterburn as Chafin makes the play at short. 2 gone. So Murray a chance for a 1-2-3 inning as Logan Andraco comes to the plate. Andraco 1 for 3, a single and a walk to his name today. First pitch. And he squares the bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike, 0-1. 5-3, Spartans leading. Bottom of the 7th. And another good breaking ball for a strike, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 offering. Well outside, 1-2. away, 2-2. And Murray, with those 9 walks in 5 innings this year, you could see with his motion, there's a lot of moving pieces. So you could see how consistency in his delivery could be tricky, but there, executes perfectly. Good curve, swung on and foul tip back into the catcher's glove by Andraco for strike 3. And that ends the 7th. A 1-2-3 inning for Murray on the mound, and we'll move along to the 8th. It's Case Western Reserve 5, Brandeis 3. Case Western Reserve leading 5-3. Reese Marley into the 8th inning for the first time this season. And we'll try to keep what has been a pretty good start going here. Facing the heart of the order. First pitch to King is a ball, 1-0. Second pitch is in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Marley over 100 pitches. He's at 104 for the day, and that one swung on, cued down the first baseline foul. And it's 1-2. First of 4 games between these two teams. We'll have a doubleheader tomorrow starting at noon, and then on Sunday, a 10 a.m. start between the two teams. It's a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball to short. Arterburn with it. Throw to first. Getting a little high, but as I said before, it's got to be pretty high for it to get out of the reach of Dane Camphausen, who puts it away for the first out. So one gone here in the 8th, and Eddie Zahner will be the batter. Big batter to get past here if you're Marley, and certainly happy to do it with the bases empty. Zahner, again, the graduate transfer from Wesleyan. Batting at .317 on the year, hits that one towards second. Alonso there, scoops and throws, and there are 2 gone. So big second out of the inning, couple ground ball outs, and that'll bring Justin Keeler to the plate. With 2 away and the bases empty, Keeler trying to get on here, bring the tying run to the plate for the Judges. And he'll get called over by his head coach on how to approach this situation. Keeler 0 for 3. He's grounded out 3 times today, twice to third, once to second. And a called strike to start off the at-bat, 0-1. If Marley gets through this inning quickly, he's got a chance to go for a complete game. That misses a little outside, 1-1. I don't know how much Case Western Reserve will push Marley today, knowing that, again, he's probably going to have to come back and pitch against the third-ranked team in the country in Denison on Wednesday. So that misses outside, 2-1. Fouled back. And it's a 2-2 count. Boy, the clouds have really cleared away now, and it is just a bright, sunny afternoon here in Cleveland. I'll take that. Two on the way. And that's in the dirt ball, 3-2. So a full count here on Keeler as Marley trying to get through the eighth in a 1-2-3 inning potentially. Payoff pitch on the way. And down and out, ball 4, and that will bring the potential game-tying run to the plate, and it will be Dylan Walsh, the first-year player who was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat, who will step up. Walsh 1 for 2 in the game today, an RBI single, a hit by pitch, and a strikeout looking. Lefty-lefty matchup here favors the pitcher Marley as the first on the way, and it misses up high for a ball, 1-0. I don't know at this point in the game if it would be a Tyler Horvath situation to try to close out or if the Spartans would just turn to Jack Anderson, as that one's fouled back, 1-1. You would think that Anderson, especially if Marley gets through this inning, Anderson might be the better option today because then you have a rested Horvath for tomorrow. As the 1-1 on the way. Called strike, 1-2. And with a doubleheader tomorrow, it's maybe a little bit easier to have Jack pitch today and not have to worry about that. You let him catch all 18 innings in theory tomorrow. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. The ball held onto by Anderson. And that ends the inning, and Marley is through 8 here, and the Spartans leading 5-3. We'll move to the 8th. It'll be Anderson, Powers, and Harms in the bottom of the frame coming up for the Spartans when we come back. Welcome back. New pitcher on the mound for Brandeis, warming up. Will be number 23, Jansen Landon. Landon, the first-year pitcher out of Swampscott, Massachusetts, Austin Prep High School, 6'3" righty. Landon on the year, making his 6th appearance of the season. No record, no saves. He's got a 7.94 ERA. I'll start things off against Jack Anderson, missing inside for ball 1, 1-0. Landon has allowed 7 hits in those 5 2/3 innings for a .280 opponent's average. He's walked 3, struck out 4. And a called strike brings the count even, 1-1. Anderson collected the 198th hit of his career earlier today. That misses down low for a ball, 2-1. Jack with a chance to become just, I believe, the 4th player in program history to collect 200 hits or more in a Spartan uniform. That misses down and in, ball 3, 3-1. Another UAA baseball action. Emory all over NYU. That's now 14-4. Fouled away. Full count, 3-2. So starting to see what appears to be some clear divisions in the UAA standings. Emory played well last weekend despite what those scores were, as that misses inside for a ball. And I think you're seeing this across Division III baseball right now, but it's in the UAA as well, where I just don't think the pitching this season has been as strong as it's been in years past. Certainly seeing it with Case Western Reserve, where there's a lot of runs that have been given up. Not necessarily bad pitching, but just a lot of runs. James Powers hits that one softly to second on a hop. Steps on the bag for 1. Throw on to first in time to get the out. It's a double play turned. As Powers grounds into the double play. It was a Baltimore chop there. I thought he popped that one up at first. But, go as the double play. And now with 2 gone, bases are empty for Nick Harms. Harms now hitting a .283 on the season. And he takes that one outside for a ball, 1-0. Harms has been on base twice, a 2-run homer, and was hit by a pitch. He's 1 for 3 in the game today. The 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Three and 0. And a strike on the outside corner, 3-1. Dane Camphausen, who had a solo home run over the wall just by the scoreboard in right center field is earlier in the day, up next, if Harms can reach. No action in the Spartan bullpen right now, so it appears as if this might be a chance for Reese Marley to finish this one out. And inside, ball 4. And so Harms draws the walk. Second walk issued this inning by Landon. And there's now a man on with Dane Camphausen coming to the plate. So Camphausen, who hit his team-leading 8th home run of the season. First pitch up and in for a ball, 1-0. He's now hitting a .345 on the year. It's the 3rd straight game that Camphausen is homered in. At least the 3rd straight game he's played in that he's homered in. Pickoff attempt at first. Harms is back. Harms certainly a stolen base threat. He's stolen 10 bases on as many tries entering play today and has one already in the game. Again, a Brandeis team that has not done a good job controlling the opposing running game. And a cross up there on the pitch, and that'll allow Harms to move up a bag. You could tell just by the catcher's reaction that he was crossed up on that. It ticked off his glove and allows Harms to move up to second base. But yeah, that whatever pitch Landon threw there, Keeler was just not expecting it. And so now the 2-0 with a runner in scoring position for Camphausen. And he swings through that and misses, and it's 2-1. Inside, 3-1 now the count. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And a swung on, chop hit softly to short. No play at first, though, as Camphausen beats it out down the line. So Chafin at short tried to get it over to first, but Camphausen, who again runs well, beats that one out. And now men on the corners for Franco Alonso, who's had a couple of productive at-bats today. Swinging it well here, hitting out of the sixth spot for the Spartans. Alonso hitting at .329 on the year. Alonso 2 for 4 in the game, a single and a double so far today. Was robbed of a hit with 2 runners in scoring position in the first inning to end that frame. First pitch to Alonso. And he takes it up and out for a ball, 1-0. Chance for Alonso to drive in a run here. He has 16 RBIs on the season. The 1-0's in the dirt, 2-0. First and third for the Spartans. Good speed at third base with Harms. Camphausen not really a stolen base threat at first, but we'll see if they try something here with runners on the corners. Called strike, now 2-1. I don't know if the Spartans would put a play on first and third with Camphausen at first at all, but I think they wouldn't at all until they get 2 strikes for sure in the count, as that one's fouled off by Alonso. And now we'll see if something's cooking here. Case Western Reserve trying to give, I believe it will be Reese Marley, a little bit more breathing room in the top of the 9th. It's a 2-run game right now, but against a Brandeis team that has certainly challenged the Spartans here at times today. Here's the 2-2 pitch. In the dirt, full count 3-2. So now Camphausen will be moving on a 3-2 pitch with 2 away. He'll get the early start, and we've seen him score from first in these kinds of situations already this season. The pitch, the runner goes, and it's fouled away by Alonso. Count stays full, 3-2. Franco out of Pasadena, California. 3-2. Pitch. Down and out, ball 4. And Alonso draws the walk, and now the Spartans have the bases loaded. Third walk issued this inning by Landon. And now Zach Carinci, and this is a big at-bat for Carinci, as he'll try to add on some insurance runs here. Carinci, 3 hits in the game. He's 3 for 4, now batting at .293 on the year. Again, Carinci, a season of stops and starts for him so far, but starting to show some signs of a bit more consistency, and we'll get a timeout called here. So once again, the judges will send, I believe, their assistant coach, Greg Tobin, out to the mound to have a talk with Landon. This, again, is a big opportunity for the Spartans. They lead 5-3, but you certainly breathe a lot easier with a couple more runs across. The 1-0. And Carinci, who's taking all the way there, takes a strike, and it's 1-1. 27 pitches now in the inning for Landon out of the bullpen. 11 strikes, 16 balls. His 1-1 on the way to Carinci. Outside, 2-1. Down low, 3-1. And that one swung on. Ground ball hit hard to first, but Zahner there will jog it to the bag himself. And that ends the inning. So the Judges within 2 as we move to the 9th. 5-3 the score. Brandeis with their last chance in this one as we move to the 9th. For Brandeis, it'll be the bottom of their order. Aaron Wald, Chafin, and Crowley due up when we come back. 5-3 the score. Spartans leading. Pinch hitter coming up for the Judges to start off the inning against Marley. It'll be number 24, Jordan Greenway. As Marley looking for the complete game here, misses outside with the first pitch. It's 1-0. So Marley looking for the complete game. We'll see if he can pull it off. He's at 118 pitches now. His 119th catches the knees for a strike. Looks like Tyler Horvath is up in the bullpen, not necessarily throwing yet, but just ready to go if needed. So it looks like he'd be the guy to try to close this one out if Marley can. Greenway fouls that one back, and it's 1-2. Greenway is 7 for 30 on the season for a .233 average. 4 runs batted in. He does have 2 doubles. 1-2 from Marley. And that one got away from him. And it's 2-2. Reese looking for the complete game. He's allowed 3 runs on 6 hits and 5 walks. He's struck out 8. And down and away, full count 3-2. Matt Chafin out on deck. Connor Crowley slated to follow him. 3-2 from Marley. And it's a called strike 3, letter high on the outside corner. It was right on the border there, but Marley getting the benefit of the call, and that'll be the first out of the inning on the 9th strikeout of the game from Marley. The Spartans throw the ball around the infield, but it escapes down the line. And so it'll take an extra second or two to track that one down. And so now Marley with 1 away here and the bases empty in a 2-run game in the 9th will face Matt Chafin, who has a base hit today. First pitch from Marley outside for a ball, 1-0. Chafin 2 for 3 actually in this game. Fouls that one back, 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Chopper hit toward second. Alonso lines it up. Throw on the run to first. A little low, but Camphausen with a nice job. He just plays a great first base defensively. And there are 2 gone. And it looks like we'll get another pinch hitter here. Coming to the plate for Brandeis. This will be number 8, Toby Nakajima, who will be the batter. Nakajima batting at 190 on the year, 4 for 21. First pitch, a little outside. And it's 1-0. 127 pitches now for Marley, who's looking for the complete game. The 1-0. Foul back, 1-1. And a little bit outside with that one. Not by much. Brings the count to 2-1. Spartans did not have a complete game thrown by a pitcher all of last season. As the count now goes to 3-1 on Crowley. And a swing and a miss, 3-2. Three-two pitch, up high, ball 4. And that will now bring the potential game-tying run to the plate. And we'll see if Marley gets a crack here. I take it back. The Spartans did have a complete game. It was thrown by Kyle Geerding last year, but I believe that was a 7-inning complete game. Indeed it was. Swing and a miss at the first pitch by Kim, and it's 0-1. Kim 0 for 2. He's walked twice, also struck out and reached on a fielder's choice. In the dirt, 1-1. That's now 134 pitches. You have to imagine that one way or another, this is Marley's last batter of the game. Swing and a miss, 1-2, and Marley once again a strike away. On his 136th pitch of the game, Marley gets the signs. Now comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chopped behind home plate, foul, and we'll do it again. The Spartans are not holding the runner on at first. But so far we are yet to see Crowley try to move up. Here's the 1-2. And a little low, and the count evens 2-2. Another one fouled away. Good job by Kim fighting off some pitches here, keeping his team alive. Just trying to keep the line moving at this point. Here's the 2-2 pitch once again. And it's in the air, shallow left, could be trouble. Powers going back, but it lands foul. And another 2-2 pitch upcoming. It will come on Marley's 140th pitch of the game. The Spartans' last 9-inning complete game was thrown by Matt Levine on April 15th, 2021. Marley trying to match that feat here. A strike away. Here's the pitch. Down and in, and that's ball 3. And the count now full, 3-2. Again, I have to imagine that this is Marley's last batter. One way or the other. Is his 3-2 on the way? Can he find one more strike here? The pitch. And he got him swinging. Can Anderson complete the throw to first? He can. Reese Marley with the complete game, and the Spartans come away with a series opening win against Brandeis. The final score is 5-3, and a tremendous job by Reese Marley in this one, as the Spartans come away with the win in the opening game of the series. So Brandeis falls to 4-14 on the year with the loss. Case Western Reserve improves to 18-6 with the win. Brandeis 0-1 in conference play. The Spartans now 4-1 in the UAA. Winning pitcher is Reese Marley with the complete game. He's now 4-2 on the year. No save in the game. The loss goes to Brandeis starter Mark Maestri. Maestri drops to 2-4 on the season. Game lasted 2 hours and 20 minutes, and attendance here at the ballpark today was 164. I want to thank everyone once again for joining us. A reminder that we'll be back with you tomorrow, a doubleheader starting at noon between the two teams once again. Once again, final score, Case Western Reserve behind a complete game effort from Reese Marley, a 5-3 win. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great evening.